JC's gonna be in our vlog again. You guys know JC. So we're hitting the road. We're heading to Lake Charles, Louisiana. We lived there for 12 years. JC, how long did you guys live there? 7 years?
6.
6 years?
6.
So JC still has a house there. So we're going to go see how his house is and then offer whatever help we can. We have a lot of friends that live there still, and so Lake Charles was pretty messed up in Hurricane Laura. And so we're gonna go for the next few days and see what we can do to help out. We got about a 17-hour drive ahead of us. We're just leaving the house right now.
That's it?
That's it, we're almost there. Into New Mexico. Probably have 1,100 miles to go. We're almost there.
I go to the bathroom.
Be quiet back there, don't make me pull this thing over. So a little update today, we've been driving for about 12 hours. We are in Boerne, Texas. So we still got about 5.5 or 6 hours to go. It is 11:30 here, it's 9:30 at home. Starting to feel a little bit sticky. It's more humid here than it is in Arizona, that's for sure. But it's still not nearly as humid as it's gonna be in Louisiana. So we still got a ways to go. At our last stop, we noticed that one of the tires was a little low, and I looked at it and found a nail in it. So we got a can of Fix-A-Flat and shot that in there, aired it back up, and it seems to be holding pretty good. Looking just fine. Let's see, that nail is right there. So our windshield is filthy. Maybe you can see through it, maybe you can't, but anybody who's driven through Texas or spent much time in Texas or in the South knows exactly what this is. This is a cultural experience. This is Buc-ee's, probably the biggest gas station in the world. They've got like 100 and something pumps, and it's just an experience. You gotta come and see it. We are crossing the Sabine River into Louisiana, and it's still very dark because it's 5:18 in the morning, so it took us 17 hours to get here. We still got about another 40 minutes or so before we get to Lake Charles. So this is what 130 mile an hour winds do. Roof's missing, trees down. The carport over there collapsed completely. That big oak tree came down. Power lines everywhere. What a mess. Got another one. So we're at the end of day number 1 here in Lake Charles. We got here at 6 o'clock this morning after driving 18 hours, and it's now 7:30 p.m. and we've been working all day. We helped friends clean up their property. We cut sheetrock. We cleaned up areas of roof that had leaked. We tarped. We did all kinds of things. Pretty tired. I imagine we'll sleep very well tonight, which is a good thing because I don't think anybody here has slept for several days very well. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Day number 2 in Lake Charles, Louisiana. How's everybody feeling?
Like day number 2.
Like day number 2.
Great. We
I slept
10 hours.
probably better than I've slept ever in my life. Went to bed by 9 o'clock and I woke up at 7, so 10 hours of sleep. Normally I get 6 and then my back starts aching. But the night before I slept about 20 minutes in the car, and I actually woke up at 4 a.m. Arizona time the day before. So but everybody here is sleep deprived. Nobody is sleeping well, and so I'm not complaining. But we're on the way to somebody's house, a couple people's houses probably, to put tarps on the roof and see what we can do.
Hey, this good?
Yeah, we could probably use those.
So almost the whole shingles of your roofs are gone.
All right, we just finished tarping our friend Bo's roof. They're out in San Antonio still, so but we got tarps all over it, covered up. Should be relatively dry. Hopefully it's not leaking. And just in time, it looks like there's a storm coming.
Okay, Bo.
Finish the roof, we're pulling off.
Splash water, Jay-Z. There we go. So the boys decide to jump on the water after they done working here.
Had to come in the pool to get the shingles. Too bad.
Yes, it's really
Way
bad.
to do it, I guess.
So this is JC's house. A lot of limbs came down. You might end up having to take that tree out. Not you, but have it taken out. Because it's all the branches fell off of this side. So it's all loaded on that side now.
This is our old church. That we would normally play baseball, church activity. And here is my, or was my, parking all the time. Right there. It was my parking all the time. When it wasn't Lake Charles.
Hey guys, day number 4 here in Lake Charles. Another busy day, more cleanup. We were helping our friends put a roof on their shop that got all blown off, the walls and the roof, so we were helping repair that, and there were a bunch of volunteer missionaries there helping clean up the property, and one of them sliced his leg open with a big piece of sheet metal. He got about a 4-inch cut or so on his shin, so I just took him to the hospital. Got 7 stitches, and then I dropped them off somewhere else where they can still help out, but a little bit lighter duty, so you can still do some service time. So, kind of a wild ride. It was the quickest trip to the hospital I've ever had. There was nobody there, and they pretty much took him right in and sewed him up. I was probably only at the emergency room for about an hour. You ever heard of that ever happening? It's one of the craziest things we've seen so far. I forgot to take any video of it when we drove by. If I drive by again, I'll take video, but the hurricane actually knocked about 4 or 5 miles of train off the track. There's like 4 or 5 miles of rail cars that were just stationed here or waiting for something, and they tipped over from the wind. 150-mile-an-hour wind will tip over rail cars, believe it or not. That is crazy. I mean, there's a lot of crazy things we've seen, a lot of damage, a lot of destruction, but that shows me how strong those winds were.
Hey, we tried to look positive. Didn't catch it. One last screw. I'm like, I might as well go for the
Just about have this roof finished. Just need to put a few more screws in, and like Hurricane Laura never happened. JC and I worked on it for a little while. A group of volunteers worked on it for a little while. Got that tree all cut up and the root ball flopped back down. All right, here we go. Just backing out of where we're staying here in Louisiana. I think we got some stuff done. Hope we helped out. And apparently I can't back up and video at the same time. 18-hour drive ahead of us. We're probably gonna stop somewhere at some point though.
No, it was awesome. I'm tired, but we know we had to kick our butt just only for a few days. And I feel good to help friends, make them go back a little bit in their feet again. Yep. We cannot come to Louisiana without taking Boudin with us.
All right, we Been on the road for a couple hours. We stopped at a Market Basket to get some boudin and sausage because you can't get good boudin or sausage in Arizona. And we had to make our obligatory stop at Buc-ee's once again. Again, if you've ever been through Texas, you know what Buc-ee's is. If you've never been through Texas, you have no clue what I'm talking about. Hey guys, there's another Buc-ee's. Should we? Good morning, everybody. Morning, Letty. So we just made our final gas stop for sure, possibly our final stop on our way home. We got about 3.5 hours left. We're in Las Cruces, New Mexico. We were, actually when we left yesterday, we were kind of planning on stopping in San Antonio and staying the night and then driving the rest of the way today, but we never did stop. We just kept going. Decided we'd rather drive through the night and get home a little bit earlier than stop for a few hours to sleep. So about 3 hours to go, maybe 3.5. The way JC drives, maybe 2.5. We'll see. All right, guys, we just got back a couple hours ago, probably 2 hours ago, and finished cleaning everything up. I'm out here in the garden harvesting everything that has been growing like crazy while we've been gone. Got tons of okra, bell peppers, watermelon, even got one little pumpkin that was ready. Anyway, our trip to Louisiana was awesome. It was amazing. It was a lot of work. We worked from sunup to sundown every day we were there. Really no time for rest and relaxation. A little bit of time for visiting in the evening, but we had a great trip. There's a few main points that we learned. And we've helped with disaster recoveries before. Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Ike and different floods and things like that, but there are a few points that really stood out. One was that we didn't hear any complaining. We were in a lot of people's houses that their homes were damaged. Some were completely destroyed. There were some people that had multiple huge pine trees fall on their homes, and really nobody was complaining. I think they were able to focus on the good and ignore the bad. And everybody seemed to have a very positive attitude, a lot of hope, a lot of things could have been worse is what we heard a lot. And so that was neat to see how positive they were. And that's so important when we're going through big struggles and hard times, because it's really easy to focus on the negative. But negativity normally produces more negativity. And so if you're going through hard times, focus on the positive. It's also neat because everybody's working, and I think that's where the positivity comes from. Is I guess psychologists tell us that if we have a deep sense of purpose in our lives, we're normally happier. And these people suddenly, if they didn't have a sense of purpose last week, they do now. It's to repair their homes, get life back to normal. So they have that deep sense of purpose. And wherever you go through Lake Charles right now, you see people working everywhere. In almost every home, you see tree trimmers, you see tree cutters, you see linemen repairing power lines, you see just people working everywhere. And so I think that's what produces that sense of hope and happiness. We also, I guess it was reaffirmed in our minds the importance of being prepared in every way for whatever disaster could come. Those that were prepared were not caught off guard, and they were fairly comfortable. They had their generators, they had extra gas, they had extra food, including the know-how of how to use all those things is important, because there were some people that had the generators, they had the tools, they had the things, but they didn't really know how to use them, and so they couldn't take advantage of them. So part of preparing is learning how to use all of that stuff. If you don't have the chance to go help out with some kind of a disaster like that, help out in some way in your own community. There's always people around us that need help, and that need a helping hand, and any help is a wonderful thing. It refills your soul. It helps you feel better about yourself when you serve others. So I encourage everybody to do that. And then to all our friends in Louisiana, keep the faith, stay positive. Things will get better. It might be rough right now, but things will get better. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.